Ladies, gentlemen, and wrestling fans alike, welcome to episode 10 of the Squash Match Wrestling Podcast. We are live and in living color here, as CM Punk would say, for the first time doing this podcast. So that's pretty cool. We've been trying to get this together for a couple of weeks now, and finally came together. We got our equipment and everything all set to go. We got Money in the Bank coming up. We're going to be doing all of our Money in the Bank predictions this week. But before we do, Jetly, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's finally feels good to be back in the area. I know we got a lot of stuff to cover, so let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get right into it, because unfortunately I don't know how long our camera's battery is going to last here. So let's get to the good stuff here. We're going to start with the Money in the Bank women's ladder match, because I think they usually do that first on the show anyway. So our predictions, little off.
A little off.
Just a little bit. We got Stephanie Vaquer, we got Julia, we got Roxanne Perez. Those two we had in the match. Alexa Bliss, Naomi, and Rhea Ripley. Let's get right into it. Who are you taking among these six women, and how do you think the Money in the Bank ladder match is going to go?
So when we did our way too early predictions, I had Roxanne Perez winning, and I still have Roxanne Perez winning this.
All right. Well, I guess my prediction is also going to stay the same, because I've still got Naomi winning this match. Naomi qualified last night on Friday Night SmackDown. Not last night. This week on Friday Night SmackDown, which honestly in that match, Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, I wasn't sure if she was going to be able to do it. I'm not even going to lie. But I'm glad she did. So I'm going to stick with my my girl Naomi here. I don't think that my original match prediction is going to happen with Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill at Money in the Bank. We do have room for the fifth match of the night though still. So we'll get into that later on. But doesn't look like that's going to happen here. But eventually it will. So I'm still going with Naomi here. I got Naomi not only winning Money in the Bank, she's going to cash in on Jade Cargill whenever the time comes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's definitely going to happen at some point. But I feel like we are still waiting for the early cash-in. I feel like Tiffany is going to be the first person, just because we haven't seen a women's cash-in gotten wrong yet. It's still 100%.
That is true. If Naomi is to win, I would like to see another successful cash-in. I think that's just the way they got to go with it. I don't know. I think that her feud with Jade Cargill right now it needs something extra. I think we said it 2 weeks ago when we did our initial Money in the Bank predictions. But yeah, it needs that little bit of extra stuff, because right now it's just them kind of coming out, not giving any words. Even on SmackDown during Bianca Belair's comeback, Jade Cargill still hasn't said anything, So I think just to add a little more substance to this, a Naomi win would be good. But as for Roxanne Perez, I'll let you take the floor here.
I feel like there's already a story building up with Roxanne winning Money in the Bank, especially now that we're starting to see Judgment Day shenanigans ever since Liv came back.
Yeah.
There is one scenario where I could see Roxanne getting costed, and that's from Liv and Raquel trying to get involved in the match somehow, shape, or form. But I feel like now is Roxanne's time, especially since I feel like out of all the call-ups as of recently, she's had the best run.
Yeah, that is true. Especially last night on Raw, they kind of teased it. Liv Morgan and Roxanne. I think Finn Balor said it best when he was like, what if Roxanne wins Money in the Bank and she brings it back to the Judgment Day? Yeah. So we have a lot going on there between the women in the Judgment Day right now. Good selection there for Dirty Dom, I guess you could say, too. No longer Carlito, though. Unfortunately, Carlito is gone. That was another thing I wanted to cover this week. Speaking of people that are gone, R-Truth, man.
The most iconic Judgment Day member.
The most iconic Judgment Day member. R-Truth is gone. People were chanting all night last night on Monday Night Raw, we want truth, and I agree. We want truth. How are you feeling about R-Truth's release? This is just a little side thing. I know I said not as many tangents today, but we got it.
It's really unfortunate because they got rid of Carlito and R-Truth, and I feel like those two, as of recently, have gotten so much screen time. And just to immediately pull the plug off of them and just basically not renew their contracts, I thought was a bit insane. Because those two have been some of the best things going on in the WWE right now in terms of the comedic standpoint.
Yeah, Yeah, Carlito, I can think back to every time Braun Breaker would come out to spear him. Carlito, I think, is a little more understandable than R-Truth. Being a heel, I like you said, they're getting tons of screen time and stuff, but Carlito hasn't exactly had matches weekly, I guess. R-Truth just had his spot with John Cena at Saturday night's main event. Oh, there's a mosquito out here. Live shows, everybody. Don't deal with that inside. But, yeah, I don't know. R-Truth, man, that hurt. That hurt me personal. That hurt my soul.
Yeah, it still sings, and the fact that they had to like censor the "We Want Truth" chants last night I thought was outrageous.
Yeah, that sucks because there were rumblings online that this could be a storyline thing where it was just like R-Truth shows up somewhere else, like maybe on NXT, and he's like, "Oh, am I on SmackDown?" And it's like, "No, Truth, you got fired," or something like that. But no, the fact that they were trying to censor it, I think he's gone. Unfortunately, although he is like 53 years old, 54 years old, so like
around there, yeah.
Like I get it, it's the worst part of the business, but at the same time, it sucks,
Yeah.
Because he's not exactly somebody who has to be having matches every week for people to love him.
No, and I wish that, like, I know WWE has been doing it as of recently, but I feel like give him like a Legends contract, just at least have him like in some point, just because I feel like even if he's not wrestling, everyone just enjoys seeing it.
Yeah, so, I don't know. That sucks. But, you live and you learn.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find somebody new
Yeah.
to fill his spot. Although, that's some shoes to fill right there, I would say. Are we ready to move on to what we got next here? I'm going to go men's Money in the Bank ladder match if you're ready.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. We got Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Andrade, Penta, El Grande Americano, and Seth freaking Rollins. I'm going to pat myself on the back here a little bit because my initial predictions are almost right. I'm missing one guy, and that's Seth Rollins. I had Karrion Kross in that spot, which I still think it should have been Karrion Kross. I don't think Seth Rollins needs to be in this match, but at the same time, I'll take what I can get here. Who do you have winning this year's men's Money in the Bank ladder match?
So, in hindsight, well, not hindsight, but now that we have the full field, realistically, I do think it's Rollins that's going to win it. However, my heart still is saying John Cena comes into this match and wins it.
Well, we'll see. We are having the party on Saturday night. We will be here, live and in living color once again, and I got a fat stack of cash on my dresser for you if in fact John Cena comes out and wins Money in the Bank. As for me, well, my pick is out. I had Karrion Kross, which is who I wanted. I think that the next most likely person is LA Knight. I'm going to take LA Knight to win this one because at first he looked like the favorite. But now we have Seth Rollins in there. We have Solo Sikoa in there, who you could also argue is up there in the favorites. I think LA Knight now become a little bit of a sleeper with the inclusion of Seth Rollins here. So I'm going to take LA Knight finally after, 3 years now in a row. He's been predicted to win Money in the Bank. So I think it's LA Knight's time because I don't think Seth Rollins needs to be Mr. Money in the Bank to get a title shot. Yeah. He had his faction for one day and he was like, Jay, I want your title, and he got his match. So I just don't think he needs it right now.
Yeah, I will say everyone in this match I'm very excited to see. Especially with our latest and last entry, El Grande Americano.
El Grande Americano. They said he couldn't do it. No. Especially when I saw the match announced, AJ Styles, CM Punk, El Grande Americano, I went, no way in hell is El Grande Americano going to pin CM Punk or AJ Styles to get in here. I think, isn't El Grande Americano still undefeated in WWE?
I believe so.
I don't think he's lost a match. A true Lucha Libre legend right here we have in El Grande Americano. So, like I said initially, I wanted to see a ton of luchadors in this match. I think we're going to get involvements between Penta and El Grande. Maybe Andrade gets in there too, another luchador in this one. So, yeah, excited to see this one and lots of high-flying action. I think Penta even said in like a vignette on Raw where he was like, ladder matches are where I thrive. So, excited to see him in a ladder match.
I will say, shout out to Chad Gable. I believe there were announcements that El Grande didn't have his boots with him. So Gable gave El Grande his boots, which explains the CG on them. I don't know if anyone had picked that up on Raw, but
I did not. However, I believe it because Chad Gable is such a nice guy. He would never do anything to hurt the career of El Grande Americano. If he needed boots, man, if they're the same size, you know what? I can see him completely giving them up for El Grande to use there.
Yeah.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah,
That Chad Gable.
I mean, Chad Gable, he even has a big match coming up this weekend.
He does. I'm excited to see that as well. So here's the plan for Saturday. We're going to cut in a little bit here. Podcast viewers, unfortunately, you are not invited. However, Jet Li, you are. We're going to be playing Die down at my neighbor's house at like 1 p.m. I'm going to have it on YouTube on my phone. We're going to be hucking some cube, drinking some beer, and watching some Lucha Libre. So it's going to be a good time. If you want to come earlier than Money in the Bank, you are more than welcome to join us for some games. However, party will start at like 6:30.
Gotcha.
If you want to go over for that. With that being said, though, anything more on the men's Money in the Bank ladder match before we move on to our next one here?
John Cena stole my winner.
John Cena. All right. We'll see. We'll see. So next up, I've got Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. This has slowly become like one of my favorite feuds that we have here going on right now. It just feels so personal between these two. Lyra Valkyria, to me, just gets better and better, like, every single week, and I think Becky Lynch is just elevating her to a whole nother level, just like she did down in NXT when they first had their NXT Championship match. But who you got here? Becky Lynch or Lyra Valkyria?
I think it has to be Becky. I mean, we were wrong last time out, but I feel like now this is like, I could see this being the turning point of like Becky getting to elevate this title.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way that this feud ends here, because obviously if Becky Lynch loses, she never gets to challenge for the IC title again. And this just seems so heated between these two right now that I want to see it continue. I want to see more. And I think that stipulation at the end where Lyra has to raise Becky's hand, I think that's only going to get even more heated. I see like Lyra like attacking Becky in that moment. Maybe a Bayley return right there. Something like that. But, you know, we're kind of almost on the road to SummerSlam. I guess you could call it a road to SummerSlam now that it's 2 nights. But yeah, we're getting there. I'm still going to stick with Bayley versus Lyra versus Becky at SummerSlam. And I think the only way that literally at this point that could happen is if Becky wins. So I also have Becky Lynch taking the IC title here.
Yeah, I think this match, outside of like the Money in the Bank matches, I think this match has like potential to be like match of the night.
Yeah, to me at Backlash it was. Like definitely. Like that was to me just match of the show. It made the whole night. It was awesome. A great showing for Lyra Valkyria. Only elevated the IC title from here. I think it's only going up. Technical difficulties. We are back. We're going to kind of restart a little bit of this segment here. I'll fix it in post, make it sound okay. But for now, we got Jey Uso, we got Cody Rhodes, we got John Cena, we got Logan Paul. You were in the midst of telling me how much you do not like this match.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it.
Yeah, and basically, I don't enjoy this match because none of the world titles are being defended. And it seems like it's been almost a trend with Money in the Bank now, where besides like the women's like titles, none of the men's titles really get defended at this event, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah, not a knock on the women's titles or anything too, because I'd argue that WWE's women's division has been awesome lately, especially like we have Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch on here, for example. But I was going to say, yeah, I agree. And the fact that both main titles are on the card against each other in a tag team match is just a little bit weird to me. I think if that's the route they're going, like that's what they want to keep doing with Money in the Bank, because as we were saying, like our tier list of PLEs, Money in the Bank was up there for both of us. But I think that like if that's the route they're going to keep going, that the men's ladder match or the women's ladder match should be main eventing. One should start the show, one should end the show.
Yeah.
And the fact that we only have 4 matches on the card right now tells me these matches are going to be pretty long. Yeah. That, or they just are going to announce a 5th on SmackDown on Friday. But yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see the men's match, main event.
Yeah, and I feel like, I think I read something over the weekend where like, this is like the 3rd straight tag team like match to main event, the Money in the Bank. And I believe one person has been involved now in all 3 of them, and that's Jey Uso. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of these main eventers coming together for tag team matches, because it's just, I just rather see them in singles matches, especially like champions, ones that we don't have so much time with, like John Cena. It's like, put John Cena in a singles match, even if it's not for the title, like R-Truth was for whatever reason, even though we knew R-Truth wasn't going to win. Now he's gone. I'm sad, but anyway.
In hindsight, what if they were hinting at this?
They kind of were, in a way, if you think about it. You know, he came out the last time is now.
Yeah, but who would have thought it actually would have been?
Yeah, I know, for real. Although I guess his last match was against JC Mateo on Friday Night SmackDown. That's a little awkward now. I don't count that.
No.
I don't count it. But yeah, anyway, this match, I'm not a fan of it either, to be honest.
Yeah. Honestly, I really don't care for this match. And it sucks too because, like, all four of these guys I really enjoy watching. But when you stick them in a tag team, that really doesn't have much implication to it. Like, realistically, yeah, you got Logan Paul and Jey Uso and then John Cena and Cody Rhodes, but it's like, have them separately. There was really no need to have them together.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because we just saw Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. In terms of who you think is going to win this match, which team do you have here?
I have Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes winning this.
I also do. For, like, not the right reason, though. I want to see John Cena win. I want to see John Cena and Logan Paul take the win here. But I don't see either of these two getting pinned.
Yeah.
Like, between Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, it's like, do you pin your World Heavyweight Champion? Or do you pin your quarterback in his first match back? It's like, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, and for me personally, I do have Logan taking the pin, unfortunately, and I don't even think it's going to be Jay that pins him. I think Cody's going to pin Logan.
Yeah, I also have Logan taking the pin. He's the only one that makes sense. Like, you're definitely not going to pin John Cena. You're definitely not going to pin Jey Uso. I'd say you're almost definitely... The only one that could pin Cody Rhodes, I think, would be John Cena. Yeah. However, I feel like they're building up to the Cody Rhodes and John Cena feud again already, like we said last week, a little too quickly. So I don't think they're going to have John Cena pin Cody Rhodes already.
Yeah. I honestly could also see this match ending in a DQ.
Yeah, some kind of shenanigans.
Yeah, and if anything, it's probably going to be John Cena going for another low blow, but this time he actually gets caught.
Yeah.
So.
Or, hear me out, and I don't like this, nor do I condone this, but we could have Travis Scott make another appearance at Money in the Bank. I was gonna say in LA would make sense, but he's not from LA. Right? He's from like Texas. I think he's from Houston. Yeah. So I don't want to see Travis Scott here, but yeah, I can see this definitely ending in shenanigans. I hate when main events end in shenanigans too. Like, it just makes no sense to me.
I mean, I'm just saying, I really hope that the men's Money in the Bank match is last because that gives my really diabolical prediction of John Cena winning Money in the Bank.
That's true. Now, that would ruin wrestling.
Like, I genuinely could see like this tag team match opening the show.
I could too. It has the same aura as like the Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Sami Zayn match that we had.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I would love to see the men's match main event, like I said already, but yeah, I don't know. Guess we'll see what happens. I feel like just the star power in it. It's like when Roman Reigns is on a show, or when The Rock is on a show. It's like...
Yeah. But, I mean, other than that, I don't have really much expectations going into this match. Honestly, as unfortunate as it sounds, depending on where this match is on the card, this might be the bathroom break.
Yeah, it might be. This is the women's tag title of Money in the Bank, unfortunately, which might not be good because as of right now, there's only 4 matches, so it might be a little bit of a shorter show, I guess. Although I could see like any of these matches taking like 25 plus minutes. Like both Money in the Bank matches, obviously, they're like half an hour on average.
Yeah.
John Cena, Cody Rhodes, we know they're like slower styles a little bit, so that could definitely take a while. Becky Lynch and Lyra, I think, will be fast-paced, but also a long match, maybe like 15 to 20 minutes. So I guess we'll see what happens. I do still think that there's room for that 5th match, though.
Yeah.
If you're ready to move on to what our 5th match predictions might be, I am. All right, so like we've been talking about, we've got 4 spots filled, 1 to go, theoretically. If there is to be a 5th match, who do you want to see on this card? I think I have an idea of who you want to see on this card, but let's see.
Yeah, and I'd mentioned this with our way too early predictions. I still think the SmackDown Tag Team titles deserve its spotlight in the PLE, and this would be the best time for it.
That's what I was going to say too. But I was going to go a little bit of a different route. I'm guessing you have Firaxium.
Yeah.
Firaxium versus Street Profits here. I'm going to go Wyatt 6. Originally, I said that I don't think the Wyatt 6 are going to be involved in the tag division. I thought they were just making the biggest scene possible in order to get themselves like back here on SmackDown. But after what we saw last week,
A lot of involvement.
yes, a lot of involvement. My mind has been changed. I have the Wyatt 6 here taking on the Street Profits. As for who I think it'll be, probably Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy.
Yeah.
I think they're like the tag teamers of this group. I don't see Eric Rowan. I don't see Uncle Howdy. I don't think Uncle Howdy needs a title
No.
in order to be, the star power levels. I just made eye contact with my sister. It was a little weird through the window. But yeah, everybody's looking at me. So what?
We got a live crowd.
We got a live crowd here, people. Okay, this is new. This is new. I'm sweating because it's hot out and we have eyes on us now. Anyway, though, Wyatt 6 tag match. What are your predictions for your tag match as far as it goes?
Yeah, I still have Street Profits and Firaxium if it were still to happen. However, because we already have a tag team match, I genuinely don't think we'll have a second tag team match. So I feel like this could be a good time, and we mentioned this already. What if we see Julia and Zelina for the U.S. Women's title at Money in the Bank?
That would be interesting. Same reason, though, with the tag matches. I think just because we already have a women's mid-card match on there. So it's like a little bit of the same reasoning there. Either one I could totally see happening, though. They would have to build Julia up super quickly, though. Have her come out and attack Zelina Vega or something. Although, wait, Julia's in the Money in the Bank match.
Never mind that.
Never mind.
Scratch that.
Never mind, scratch that. That'll be, what's next? Evolution. Women's Evolution. That would be a great match for that. An actual showing for the women's mid-card titles. Like, if you can't build something up for the all-women's PLE with the women's mid-card titles, like, just scrap it at this point.
You know what? I'll change my prediction. Women's tag team titles. Io Sky and Kairi Sane versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Let's book that.
I think I'd rather 20 minutes of straight commercials.
I don't know. It seems like they're already like building something between those four.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe a last-ditch effort to keep them relevant. Still, I'm going to go with what we said a couple of weeks ago as far as those titles go. I think just an NXT team has to come up. And although now the whole women's NXT main roster is on the main event roster, rather, is now on the main roster. So it's like, who do you still have down there?
Yeah. I will say I did call it for women's Money in the Bank, although I did originally have Maxine Dupree as the 6th. I did say if it wasn't her, I did say that 6 could have been an NXT call-up.
Well, there you go. Right on the money.
I did kind of call it.
Right on the money. I'll give you that one. Stephanie Vauquer, too, like you said, just called up to Monday Night Raw. We can move right into this. How you feeling about Steph on the main roster?
I'm like genuinely surprised about like the timing of these call-ups because I don't think we've ever gotten a call-up like before a SummerSlam. Like it's usually like after Mania, which I mean, granted we are after Mania, but like still, it's usually like straight after WrestleMania, not like weeks after. So like, I feel like this is a weird time period where like they're trying to call up people and at the same time trying to build up more character, especially since we do have Worlds Collide coming up. I believe she is going to be on the show. I'm not quite sure. Just to make an appearance. I don't think she's going to fight anyone. But just because it is AAA, it is a Mexican brand, I feel like they're going to have... Like, they're going to try to bring out all like their Mexican superstars out to that show.
Yeah. Yeah, stuff would make sense there. I really liked her.
Or Hispanic, because she's not even Mexican.
She's not Mexican. What is she?
Chilean.
Chilean? Yeah. But yeah, I like her on the main roster so far. Obviously, we got a little bit of a taste of her a couple of weeks ago. Now she's here. Unfortunately, we no longer have Booker T calling her matches.
Can we get Booker for her matches specifically?
Like, only for that. Just have Booker come up and just do Stephanie Booker matches. I think Pat McAfee will fill the void.
Yeah. I mean, I think when, I think they're calling it, like, the Devil's Kiss now.
Yeah.
But I think Pat McAfee said on Coming Center, he was like, where's Booker T at? I was like, yeah, we need that. I'm glad, I will say, it did go over with the crowd because they already knew what the chant was, so.
Alright, technical difficulties. Number 2 is done and over with, so that's my camera screaming for help at this point, I guess. It's not a film camera, it's a picture camera, so we're getting what we can here out of it. But anyway, we were at Why Do People Hate Jey Uso So Much? I think it's completely unwarranted, the hate that Jey Uso gets. I think he's just like that John Cena-esque character from back in the day. Like, he's not here for the internet wrestling community. He's here to sell t-shirts. He's here to be the chant guy. He's here to get the crowd going, you know? Like, he's for kids. And we're not kids. And that's nothing bad, you know? They gotta make their money somehow. They gotta have somebody marketable to children.
Yeah.
He literally pulls a child out of the crowd every week and yeets with them. So, to the IWC, I think you're just not a kid anymore, man. You're an adult. Get over it.
Oh no, I hate Jey Uso. I'm joking. Yeah, no, but I feel like now they're really trying to push Jey Uso to be like one of the faces of the company now. And I feel like it's tough because I mentioned this like even prior to him winning the title. Everyone knows Jey Uso for being a tag team guy. I feel like a lot of people are still trying to adjust to his singles run. And because, like, now he's, like, I feel like as of recently, he's been in a lot of tag team matches. And I feel like that's really hindering his solo run. But.
Yeah, I could see that, too, because, like, I mean, it's been so long, though, you know? It's been, like, what, a year and a half, maybe 2 years that he's kind of on this solos run. He's won the IC title. He's now the World Heavyweight Champ. He's won the Royal Rumble. So it's, like, what more do people need to solidify him as a singles competitor? Like, I don't get it.
I don't even think it was like what people just need from Jey Uso. It's really because people didn't want that to be Jey Uso. I feel like people are starting to see like other people. How we've been saying for multiple weeks now, it should be Karrion Kross.
It should be Karrion Kross.
Yeah, no, but it's like. And I love Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso, like, this has been, like, his best work, like, probably in his entire career now. Like, outside of the Bloodline stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like, I could, like, understand the hatred, but at the same time, it's not really warranted.
Yeah, I think he just gets hate because, like I said, he's for kids, and we're not kids anymore. I was defending Jey Uso all the way back at the Royal Rumble for winning it, when people were like, oh, this guy, tag team guy, can't win the Royal Rumble, boring character, he's for children, blah, 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 stuff like that. I was defending him back then because, like, at the time I was like, it's not supposed to be this big, deep story. It's like we've been saying, he's for kids. It's for kids to understand. Gunther's the bad guy. Jey Uso's the good guy. They're going to fight and somebody's going to win the title. I feel like that's when, like, when people started hating on it, WWE was like, all right, we have to go a little bit deeper than that, which I'm glad they did. Like, it made it entertaining for me, but some people still after that were like, oh, Jey Uso sucks. He can't save his own storyline. It's like, I don't think he was initially supposed to have to save his storyline. It was just supposed to be like an underdog story. Mm-hmm. And it was, for the most part.
Yeah, I feel bad for Jey Uso. He's starting to get like that Zelina Vega treatment. Like, fortunately, he's got better stuff going for him than Zelina Vega, but it's like, it's starting to get really, like, tough to get behind him, because, like, his title defense is, like, even just him being world champion is, like, still, I feel like, weird for a lot of people.
Yeah, that I can see. It is a little bit odd. And like we've been saying in past weeks, I don't think he's going to be world champion for too much longer, especially since Money in the Bank is this week, and he's got a random-ass title match against somebody he's faced 4 times already that night after, so it's like, I'm thinking right there we're going to get a cash-in. And I'm kind of glad. So initially, when I predicted that we were going to get Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill on Money in the Bank, get a same-day cash-in, I'm now glad that that isn't happening. because it looks more like the women's Money in the Bank is going to be that longer term Money in the Bank storyline there, which I'm glad we're getting at least one. I think one could be soon, but the other one's got to be long, or they could both be long, but they can't both be short.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't see his title run going on for much longer.
Yeah, neither do I, and that's where I think John Cena will catch.
And that's where we think John Cena's coming in, and that's the episode.
I swear to God, if it does happen, I will be the most happiest man alive.
I'm actually like not kidding when I say we'll give you all of the money on my dresser. There's like $900 there left with your name on it if John Cena wins Money in the Bank this year. And like you said earlier, you know, if they kick off the show, it's entirely possible.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens there. I don't know. That's all I got for today's episode, but we got a little bit more time before our camera malfunctions. Is there anything else you want to cover before we wrap it up here for the in-person 10th episode special?
Hey, let's get into probably the hottest thing on Raw right now. Honestly, the hottest probably tag team right now. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
That's right, yes. So, we have, obviously, Bronson Reed, newest member of the faction. They had their first tag team match last night. What did you think of the match overall? Was it surprising that it ended in a DQ for you?
Not really. I figured it was going to be some sort of shenanigan. Especially, like, you look at all the guys involved. I mean, it was calling for Seth Rollins to come in and interfere.
Yeah.
I will say, Bronson Reed, he looks like he's lost some weight.
Yeah, dude.
Like, he looks great. But, these two, they look so legit, and honestly, put the world tag team titles on them.
Yes, that would give, I was going to say the same thing actually, that would give the world tag team titles something to do, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe we could get like some storyline where the New Day's doing some bullshit down there, and then out come like the War Raiders, no, we're gonna sit on you guys like we do every week, and then out comes Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker taking the gold for the faction. That would immediately, that's like the Usos and Roman Reigns levels of, we're getting like a new Bloodline 3.0 at this point with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, the blind line, as I referred to the
blind
other
line.
week.
I like that.
I mean, to be fair, they were wearing shades indoors. I mean, they could be blind.
They got the shades. They got the all black going on. They're gonna have some gold around their waist.
I love the all black. Like for me, like black, one of my favorite colors, just because it just goes with everything.
Yeah.
But like, especially just seeing gear like blacked out gear is like, what was the term that was like? Black Air Force energy.
Black Air Force energy, yes.
Yeah, it's giving off those vibes, and it just fits perfectly.
Yeah, I especially love the black gear when it's like, it's not just all black, but it has the designs on it, but it's also in black, and you can kind of see it because of like the difference in materials. It's very Randy Orton-esque.
Yeah.
When Randy Orton debuted in his all black gear, and he's got the all black stuff on. Yeah, I love a black set of gear.
Yeah. I will say though, I loved like the mashup theme when they were both coming out. Like it started off with Bronson, and then Braun Sirens mixed into it, and then just went to Braun Breaker's theme. I think it's great.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I feel like if they're all coming out together, I feel like we need like a uniform theme, almost like how Evolution had one.
Yeah, that transition was super smooth, but I do agree. I think that they'll probably get a theme sooner rather than later. If not, they'll all just come out to Seth Rollins' theme or something. I think you got to keep the theme of like, I like the sirens, but I also like the singing of Seth Rollins' thing. Like, if anything, Bronson Reed felt the most out of place here.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because his, like, Jumbotron video is still just him stomping around a little city.
Yeah.
It looked a little, it screamed mid-card to me. So I think that's going to be changed in the next few weeks. I think the song is fine.
Yeah, I think the song is fine. Hey, I'm just saying, there's one person that I feel like would be a great fit because he tweeted about it the other week. What if Metro Boomin starts making the music?
That's right. I sent you that. That would be great. That'd be so much better than Def Rebel, man. Like, infinitely better than Def Rebel. Anything. I could scrape friggin' nails on a chalkboard and it would be better than Def Rebel at this point.
Yeah.
Poor Zelina Vega. I bet you Metro Boomin could save Zelina Vega's U.S. title run if he came in right now.
Yeah. Or Travis Scott.
Yeah. No. Please don't. I already have my mini Travis Scott rant of the day. We've gone like 5 weeks without me having one.
I mean, we could get into the Karrion Kross rant.
we do have time for a Karrion Kross rant before my camera runs out of memory here. What did we think this week? He got 40... What was it? I counted. It was like 48 seconds of screen time this week.
Starting to get up.
Starting to get up there. And at first, I thought he wasn't going to get any lines because he was silent for like a good
majority
of it. 15 to 25 seconds of his 40-second on-screen appearance.
Yeah.
But I liked him on screen here. I'm really going towards the Sami Zayn feud. I think that's the reason one of the reasons that the match at the end of the show ended in a DQ, because I don't think that they would have Sami Zayn be pinned and then go into a feud with somebody else. Yeah. So I think it's like protecting Sami in a way while also protecting Karrion Kross. Because if he gets pinned, now it's like, oh, Karrion Kross is going after a loser, you know.
But I mean, I'm glad that like if this is the setup for this feud, I'm glad they're giving Karrion something, because I feel like Sami is like the perfect fit. I said this last week, I believe. Whereas like these two have been going at it for like years now at this point, it seems like. But like now is like the perfect timing, especially since we're on the road to basically SummerSlam now. Give Karrion like his chance. He's been the hottest thing in the WWE for like not even weeks, like months now.
And he hasn't even been in the ring since then.
Like I believe he still has like the top selling shirt in the company. Like everyone's begging for him to like be on TV more. Everyone wants to see him wrestle, like, and give him something for SummerSlam.
Yeah, this match screams SummerSlam mid-card to me. Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn, but like the pops he gets in the building, and he's not even out there. Like this man can speak. This man can cut promos. Like put him in the ring, dude. I really thought at the end of the day, or at the end, not at the end of the day, at the end of the segment, Sami Zayn was going to say, "I'll see you in the ring next week." I was like sitting on the bed like this, like, oh, I just wish he did.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, speaking of next week, I mean, Gunther and Jey Uso for the world title.
Gunther and Jey Uso once again for the world title. Yes, like I said, I got a Money in the Bank cash in here. There is no way in hell that either of these two retains in this one. If anything, I could see like maybe Seth would win it and fail to cash. I don't want to see a failed cash in, but like, I don't know, man. I can't see either of these two winning it this early. Like Gunther just had his chance. I feel like, no offense to Gunther, but we have bigger storylines in the making here at this point. Like LA Knight. If LA Knight were to cash in and just take the world title and run off, like I don't think you could justify giving Gunther another shot after that. Like I think you could say, kind of like Charlotte Flair, like Gunther, get to the back of the line now. You know, somebody else is in charge. Jey Uso, you're at the back of the line. Like give somebody else a run with a big title like that.
Yeah, I mean, I still want to know what the hell is going to happen in Arizona. No one really hypes up Arizona as much as Gunther did as of late. And genuinely, I think we mentioned this, like, who knows how long ago, we could see Bill Goldberg here.
We could see Goldberg. What if Goldberg screws over Gunther in his
I might actually lose it. Like, I might break something.
I don't think I would like that. Alright, we're back again after we were so rudely interrupted by our camera not working for the third time, but it's okay. Technical difficulties are...
We've hit the over.
We are over. Bet the over on this episode. Maybe we'll do a little gambling next episode. Anyway, though, you were saying New Japan. You are the big New Japan guy here.
Yeah, and the way... so basically, we're talking about how, like, New Japan, like, with their champions, the more successful your title defenses are, the more like important your title reign is. So like I believe Kazuchika Okada, he has the record with the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, like 13 defenses. I think over that time, I think he was like champion for I'd say a year and a half. But like saying like you've defended the title like 13 like times like successfully, I feel like is more like valuable than like the actual days itself. Because it really shows, like, okay, he's actually, like, putting, like, the title on the line. And I feel like we're not getting that with the WWE, which I would like to see change, because when Cody had it for his reign, I don't think he had a defense until, like, a month and a half or two into
Yeah, it was
the ring.
Backlash.
Yeah, so like, I want to see that change because I feel like, and like I said, like being a New Japan guy, it's like the more title defenses you have, the more meaningful it is, and I feel like more title defenses like equally outweighs like how long you hold it because Roman was champion for almost 3 years and he defended the title probably like 20 times.
Yeah, I think it was like 33 or something was the official number. I have to look into that. We needed Jamie behind the chair. We have an empty table over here, so.
Yeah, but like, could you imagine like, Roman successfully defended the undisputed Universal Championship for like 50 times? Like, that actually makes it sound legit.
Yeah, that does. I like that too. The same thing, I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, was the Cody Rhodes title reign, which was tainted by The Rock, unfortunately. But yeah, it felt like...
That bald fraud.
He he defended it more at house shows than he actually did on TV. Which, I mean, it's fine, I guess. You gotta entertain the people who pay to go see your non-televised shows one way or another. But at the same time, it's like, why not have him defend weekly on Raw? Like, Seth Rollins' original World Heavyweight Championship title reign was, like, a perfect example of that. Like, we got a random episode of Raw in Wilkes-Barre, PA, and we got a title match between Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins. Like, stuff like that I like. Like, I liked when Seth Rollins was the workhorse champion. Like, right now, it's supposed to be the workhorse title. That was supposed to be what Seth Rollins, like, set the tone as. And Jey Uso hasn't defended it on Raw yet, I think, other than next week. But
yeah, and I think that's just like, and for me personally, that's been like my biggest shtick, like seeing like the difference between like New Japan and WWE. I'm just used to like seeing like meaningful like title defenses. Like Kazuchika Okada would defend his like title like every month, I would say, probably, or like twice a month.
Yeah,
it's like I want to see like high profile matches from your top champions rather than like seeing them every like month and a half where it's like, oh, we're gonna get the world title match, oh yeah, let's do it at Saturday night's main event.
I don't want a high profile promo once a month. Like, I want an actual title defense.
I mean, like I said, I feel like it really just was a circumstance of like Roman being champion for so long, and like I like long title reigns, but like have it be meaningful.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I like that. That makes sense. All right. Well, before our camera implodes one final time, is there anything else you would like to cover here before we start to wrap things up?
I think I'm good. I will say I'm still heartbroken about R-Truth and Carlito.
Yeah.
I mean, I think earlier today or even yesterday we saw the release of Sarah Logan.
Yeah.
And it's really tough because I feel like I was reading reports where it was like WWE are making like these budget cuts. I think it's bullshit. I mean, like WWE is like at the height of its like sales and business. Like, how are they like still making budget cuts? Like, where's like all the revenue they're making coming from? I'm like, oh, I forgot, it's TKO. And honestly, TKO has been like honestly probably the biggest reason why like WWE is suffering. Like, it's just like, granted, I did read reports if Triple H did make the call to release R-Truth and Carlito, okay, yeah, give him shtick for it, but at the end of the day, it's really the call from TKO.
Yeah, it is. And I agree with that. I don't see why a multi-billion-dollar company couldn't just sign him for like... Like, you don't have to pay the guy $1 million. Like,
they just acquired AAA.
Like, I know, like, he's 53 years old. He's not even on TV to have matches, really. He's just the comedy act. Like, who is the newest comedy act in the WWE going to be? Like,
probably Judgment Day at this point.
Judgment Day. Yeah. The women's tag titles. I don't know, like, the Alpha Academy. Like, nobody is going to be able to fill that role as well as R-Truth. Like, we don't have, what's his name? It just escaped my mind. RK Bro.
Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle. We don't have Matt Riddle anymore. We don't have R-Truth anymore. We don't have Carlito anymore. So it's like, where's the fun stuff?
it's so tough because I feel like and we all saw the reactions from it. Everyone was genuinely shocked by the announcement.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was some sort of storyline. It turns out it wasn't until, I guess, Carlito made his announcement like a few hours later. Yeah. It's like, if those two were like some like relatively like good names that got cut, like who's next? Because I saw a thing on Twitter was like, The Miz, like he could potentially be gone after like he like got rid of all his like WWE affiliates from like all his like social media bios. It's like, if The Miz is next, I genuinely think that will like burn a hole in the company.
Yeah, I might riot.
Yeah.
Because like, what's he, 17 years in the business now, something close to that. So it just sucks. It's like, why get rid of all these guys? Like, The Miz still wrestles. He's still on TV. He's involved with
Carmelo right now.
I really like The Miz and Carmelo Hayes as a team, too. Like, I like everything that's going on down there. They have an interesting dynamic, too, because it's like they kind of fight with each other at times, but then they end up coming together and, like, agreeing and just hyping each other up. So.
Yeah, like, them two working together reminds me of when, like when NXT used to be a game show, when it was like The Miz being like Daniel Bryan's like mentor. It was like, it gives me like those type of vibes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just I don't get it. But like you were saying with like the budget cuts, it's like how could they not afford R-Truth? Pay him like pay him like $50,000 and like a bag of rocks or something. He'd be fine with that.
Yeah. And I mean, if it were the case, I mean, hopefully R-Truth does come back in some way, shape, or form. And realistically, if he were to be on WWE TV, it would probably be through TNA.
Yeah.
It would be my best bet.
Yeah, because there's no way they're going to silence the "We Want Truth" chants.
No, if anything, it's probably it might be the most it's probably going to be the most chanted thing and the most tweeted thing that we see this weekend.
It'll be everywhere. It'll be everywhere. It'll be all across Money in the Bank. Can you imagine what a PR nightmare that would be for WWE to have "We Want Truth" being chanted all throughout Money in the Bank, especially during the John Cena match? Oh my God. It's not going anywhere.
I'm upset that they took off the Ron Cena shirt off the shop.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Already? Oh, that's going to be like a... It's going to be like a collector's item now.
I'll say that's going to be worth a lot.
I thought they would have left it up there. I thought they would have got rid of R-Truth and kept his t-shirt.
No, I think they took it off like earlier today, I think.
Damn, that sucks. I wanted one of those.
Oh, trust me, I know. We were talking about it last week.
I just bought my Karrion Kross shirt, too. That's the only reason I didn't get one, which hasn't come in the mail yet. I'm a little pissed about that. I'm glad that he didn't make Money in the Bank, so I can not wear my shirt and watch him win Money in the Bank, which isn't going to happen anyway. It probably wasn't, but whatever. I don't know. We already went on the Karrion Kross rant today.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we would like to cover here before our camera shuts off? I mean, before we start to wrap it up one more time.
I mean, I think I'm good, honestly.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you all for listening, watching, subscribing, following, however else you're consuming this podcast, whether it be on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Twitter, whatever else it might be. I'm Jake. This is Jet Li. You can follow me at... Oh, I guess I won't have a graphic for this episode.
Yeah.
Maybe I will. I'll make one. I'll make one and I'll put my socials in it. Whatever. You can follow me at all of those. Also at J_Yanowski2103. Jet Li, plug your socials.
Jetly_T on Instagram.
And we will see you all in the next one.